Greetings. Today I would like to share a little bit about Modern Classrooms project with you. Side note, I had always been calling it Modern Classroom singular, but it's plural with project after it. So, to get to Modern Classrooms, plural, you will need to open up your internet. When you do that, you can open up a new tab and type in Modern Classrooms. .org. Okay. It will take you to a page like this. You are going to want to click on sign up. Okay. And you can read that if you'd like. I'm going to go on login and show you a little bit about what it looks like. Now I have to enter my user things, but I did that. This is a school account. You can see they have many different programs you can choose from. I did do this one on ELA Classrooms. They give videos in most of these. There's text to read. They have testimonials down here. And you can see that they have check marks here so that you know where you left off, because obviously you probably won't finish it in one time. So when you exit out, you will be taken to this page here, which has resources, videos, how-to guides, podcasts, lots of extra information. What I would like to do is show you back where my face is. I want to go back to the dashboard and show you all these different courses that they offer. So social studies, science, every learner. So this might be special education, motivating learners, multilingual. They have virtual modern classroom. So lots of different courses they've added to this since I did this last summer. So I attempted this 2 different times. My first was with argumentative writing, which is not a favorite of middle school students. So I want to take you to, oh, sorry, it was Google Sheets. I made it very basic. If you notice here, after the task, I put in parentheses MD, which means must do, and I/I means independent. And you can tell I color coded it a little. The MD was again must do, but the P was with a partner. So in pairs, two. Each of these, if you clicked on it, would take you to a link. Now you're not going to get the link because I deleted everything off my old school account, but I have a little bit. This was a big one just because it was the first class or the first lesson. So it was a big lesson. Hello, seventh grader. So I'll just fast forward here a little. And slide 3. So I went over what was required, and then the rest of the time was work time. But again, remember, I didn't make the slideshow. Okay. So that didn't work too well, but I thought I'm not going to give up. I'm going to try it again with our unit on brain science. It's on Phineas Gage. If you don't know or haven't heard about his accident, highly recommend reading about it. It's very intriguing. In the past, my students really enjoyed reading about it. So I thought it would be a great unit text to end the school year with. I get it. Summer's approaching. Their motivation's not high. They're ready to move on to 8th grade. So same concept. I broke it down by lesson. You can see I differentiated the sheet based on, the thickness of the line based on if it was a lesson or whatnot. I still had a link to each of these. Notice it has 2 different points. I have an accelerated class, so they had higher requirements. So that's why you will see. And I went over that in the video and explained it. Each lesson were so many points, so they would know what they would get. This is all based on Amplify ELA, which was the curriculum we were using at the time. I will put a link to that as well, so you can kind of see if that's something you're interested in. I liked the ELA. I heard the science was not as good. Either way. I did also add in this sheet a color code so they could kind of tell based on the color here. I want to also add that after about 4 lessons, I just saw it wasn't working and we went back to the old way. I don't want to say I gave up, but my attempt to get students to be independent learners, it just was not successful, even for some of my students in Accelerated, which was disheartening. I would love to try it again, but I'm not sure. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. You're thinking probably, well, why don't you have the students' names? Because I pushed this out through Google Classroom. And so I would walk around and see how they were doing if they were confused about anything. And I could kind of take a look at their spreadsheet and see where they were at and if they were progressing at a decent time. Um, it's another note on the videos, I'll show you one. My students learned that they loved it when I put the video of my library on. For some reason, they were obsessed with all the books and Lego sets. But they also would fast forward it. They double time me, so they get through it faster. I encourage them not to do that, but I'm not going to tell them no. Like they have to learn where they can be successful and not. And unfortunately, some students didn't even watch videos. So this was a video for that first lesson.
Hello again, 7th grade. We're still in subunit
here's the
1.
amplify.
A gruesome but true story about letting me do it. It's 1. That's what we're working on. Phineas Gage, a gruesome but true story.
So this was just to show them how to access the book if they wanted to read parts that we didn't cover in class in lessons. Again, if you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. I also enjoyed Inventing Ourselves. It's about the secret life of the teenage brain. And then the students argue with me about excerpts from The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. They're like, that's not a real book. And I'm like, yes. And there's actually like a sequel. It was a real neuroscientist that had some like wrote about his clients. And then I believe he actually had some cognitive decline in his as he aged. So that's Modern Classroom. It reminds me a lot about similar to a flipped classroom. If I had another class, I would be tempted to try it again, and maybe at the beginning of the year, so that way they knew what to expect. Um, I probably shouldn't have tried it at the end, but I like the concept of, as I used to tell my students, I can teach you everything you need to know, what the standards are required of you. It's up to you whether you're going to want to learn it and remember it and apply it. Thanks for listening. Catch you on the next one.